Hi, and welcome to Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I'll be doing a collective read tonight. Now, normally I do readings on Mondays and Fridays, but I missed this Friday because my in real life work got real busy, and it's just going to get busier as the summer goes on. So I'm going to do my best to kind of stick to the Monday-Friday schedule. So I've also been guided to just get right into the readings these days. So if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for taking a chance on this teeny tiny little tarot channel. I have a small library. I'm working every day to build it and to build a family. And for those who are returning, thank you so much. Lovely to have you back. And let's get going. So I normally do a tarot intro, but again, I've been guided to kind of just go right into the reading. So I'll just do an abridged version. I'm an intuitive reader. So that means I get messages, yes, from the tarot and the oracle, but from the energies that I work with, ancestors, guides, and, the energies that be. But the most important thing for you to remember as you go into any reading is that tarot is a type of tool for self-reflection. It's meant to help guide you when you're making decisions using your own inner moral compass in pursuit of your own particular brand of happiness. No tarot reader, no medium, no psychic, no channeler is going to tell you how to live your life. That's up to you. Those are decisions that you make because you are co-creating your own story with the universe. Full autonomy, full free will. You do what you feel is best. Because at the end of the day, you have to live with the benefits of the good decisions and, the outcomes of the ones that are not made from the greatest place. You see what I'm saying? So just, what story do you want to write? Tarot is a tool for self-reflection. And remember, you choose and create your own destiny. If something in this reading sounds like it's for you, then let it gel with you. But if it doesn't, don't make it fit. You don't have to do mental gymnastics to make it fit. If it's for you, you'll know it is. If it doesn't, don't make it fit. That's it. It's a collective. Lots of people on YouTube, lots of people doing readings, lots of energy going around. So let's get into the reading. What is the collective feeling? Oh, we have two. Okay, so we have rain, which is clear your vision. I don't know if you can see it. It is a little dark in my room because I am doing a evening read. And lucid dreaming, express your wild side. Can you see it? Is it focusing? Hopefully. Well, that's what it says. It says lucid dreaming, which is expressing your wild side and clear vision with rain. Now, with this, I'm gonna be very, very straightforward with this. This means that you're finally feeling clear-sighted about the goals that you have set for yourself. Express your wild side could be, a little tongue-in-cheek, and it could be a little bit of a double entendre. But what I believe it's actually trying to say, for both the spicy side of things and for the passionately driven, it is you already know what you want out of the goals that you've set. It's just how much passion are you going to put towards it. With the rain energy, we have the energy of clearing away. For instance, when we're in springtime and there's lots of pollen in the air, it's floating around and it's making everything yellow because there's pollen. It can be a little hazy. We get a little congested, but when the rain comes, it settles things out. It clears the way. We can see clear. We can breathe clear. It's a moment of respite where we could take that moment to say, hey, okay, we've cleared an area so I can see forward. What do I want to do? How do I want to pursue this? The lucid dreaming part is also, lucid dreaming is vivid dreaming. It is so realistic. So you may even be able to see the goals in your dream space or in the astral projection realm, if you are that type of person who can astral project, or if you believe in that sort of thing. Regardless of what ways you are getting this message, whether or not it's through meditation, through daydreaming, through your nighttime dreaming, through astral projection, through prayer, through moments of fancy where you just kind of like your mind wanders, it all kind of leads to the same goal or the same finish line. So how are you going to clear the proverbial window? How are you going to clear the proverbial way to express what you want out of that goal. How would you get to that goal? Again, expressing your wild side is a little tongue-in-cheek, can be a little spicy, because the ultimate goal could be how you express yourself in an intimate way. Maybe it relates to particular appetites or proclivities or orientation or identity. It can be all of those things. It could be about relationships. It could be about the passion you put towards jobs. Only you can really figure out what this is. But to me, collective, it really feels like there is going to be a moment, or you've already just experienced a moment of very poignant clarity. Like I heard just now, oh, wow, everything makes sense now. It's all kind of coming together. It's all coming full circle. It's like something you had seen before or recognized before or felt before or dreamt about before or daydreamed or dreamt about before. Somehow all of that is coming full circle. Okay? The clarity is coming towards the collective. Sorry, I'm shuffling quite close to my microphone. Apologies if it's really loud. Okay, so what other energies do we have to start this reading off? Oop, that just fell in my lap. Okay, so then we have soul meditation. Reprogram your thinking. Sorry if it's not focusing as well as I'd like it to. But soul meditation, reprogram your thinking. Again, this kind of goes back to what I was just saying about having a moment of clarity, a moment of respite through all the chaos that you may be experiencing in your life, whether it's in real life, if it's emotional, if you're feeling like you're having spiritual chaos, professional chaos in like the workplace. There is a moment of respite. There is a moment of clarity. There was a pivotal experience of full transparency where you understood what needed to be done in order to achieve the goal, the happiness, the freedom, the finish line that you are in pursuit of. And it requires a certain level of thinking and deep introspection as to how to get there, right? Again, whether or not it's express your wild side, which is your passionate side, that pipe dream that you want, or that this could never happen kind of moment, or it could be the more private or saucier sides of things when it has to do with proclivities and appetites and orientation or identity, how you express love. All of that kind of culminates to, okay, so you have this clarity, you recognize the goal, you recognize that whatever it is, it has to do with passion or love or something deeply personal and intimate. But in order for those things to come to pass, what needs to be done in order to start achieving that? And as with anything, before we make any action, we have to formulate a plan. With soul meditation, it feels like the universe kind of wants us to, sorry, it's like having a hard time focusing. It's because I'm in a low lit room. But it's about taking that time to yourself to think and figure out what ways, as it says, reprogram your thinking. What ways do I need to kind of break out of my own box? How do I break out of the old ways of being? How do I break out of old behaviors? How do I stop certain cycles? How do I stop certain, limiting thoughts? How can I create new habits? How can I make this change? Okay, so then we have wind. Put your thoughts together. Okay, sorry if you couldn't see it. Let me see if I can hold it up higher. There it is. Put your thoughts together. Okay, so with these 4 beginning cards, it really feels like if I took all of those things together, collective, it feels like formulate a plan. Honestly, it feels like formulate a plan. we're past the thinking stage now. This is what it feels like. It's like these cards represent the process in which you reached the clarity, you understood how do you change, and how do we wrap all those ideas into a plan of action. It may be that you're at the end of, like, what's the word? Brainstorming phase. Action is being, nope. Action is needed, is what I just heard. Action is needed to bring this plan, to bring this goal, to bring this finish line, to bring the most authentic version of yourself to light, to reality, to birth it into the world. It's the end of thinking about something. It is the time for action. And there's a part of me that feels that, like, collective, you already know that. It feels like you already know the fact that whatever you've been sitting on, whatever goal that you might have, want that you may desire, finish line that you have set up for yourself. It feels like you understand all of that. For some, I get the distinct feeling it's like I'm seeing like a racehorse track where all the horses are in their respective stalls and they're all stomping their feet. They're all kicking at the ground because they're ready to move. They are ready. They're waiting for the flag to go down so they can just start sprinting towards their goal. But there's a small group. This may only be like 3 or 4 people. I feel like you're dragging your feet. Not because you don't want it. Because you don't know what to do when you get it. We spend a lot of time as a human, in this human race, planning and working towards happiness. Outlining what it would look like, what it could be, how it would shape out. But a lot of us really haven't taken the time to be like, okay, once we achieve whatever goal it is, whenever it is that we get to that place where we can be authentically ourselves, be in that job, have that opportunity, love that person, be in this relationship, express yourself in the fullest, most authentic version of yourself. How do you live your life then? How do you incorporate the happiness that you've been banking on, that you've been planning for? Some people, I get the distinct feeling, I have the distinct feeling it's about love. And I was shuffling, and this 2 of Cups decided to turn around in my hand. It didn't come to the table. So when that happens, this, to me, collective, when a card stays in the deck and it doesn't come to the table, that means it's something that's been kind of bouncing around in the collective head or in the collective's heart. Something that you've kept close, like you keep your cards close to your deck, to your chest. It's something that you haven't openly spoken about. If you have, it may have been in very limited amounts to people that you trust. And let me be clear. When I say 2 of Cups, yes, this could be about love. This could be love with another person, but this also could be about self-love, self-acceptance, seeing who you are on the inside and having it match who you are on the outside. Because a lot of us, we wear a mask as to who we think the world wants us to be, but who we are authentically inside is different. Whether or not it is in a love relationship, in a professional setting, or with our families, sometimes a good portion of us tend to wear the mask that we feel is expected of us to cause the least amount of problems. But then we're inauthentic to ourselves, and we end up wondering why we feel so unhappy or lost or confused or, not feeling kind of up to snuff. It's because we need to be most authentic to our soul. Are we living the life that we want to live? Are we in the relationship that we've dreamed of? Are we presenting ourselves as who we are in the inside, on the outside? Are we celebrating who we are to the world? Are we aligning ourselves with our hopes and our dreams and our wishes? So let's keep going. So it's about love. Could be relationship love, could be self-love, but let's keep going. Let's see what tarot has to say. So we have Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is about moving forward in a progressive way, and a positive way. And the thing about the Wheel of Fortune as well is the way I look at it. The Wheel of Fortune are the wheels on the chariot. These wheels, quite literally wheels on the chariot, are moving you forward. And the cadence or the pace or the rate in which it's moving forward is getting faster and faster and faster because you're getting closer to attaining your goal. And in this Wheel of Fortune, sometimes in pursuit of our own happiness, of our own happily ever after, in pursuit of our own finish line, of our end goal, of our authenticity or the love that we desire, sometimes we're moving pretty quickly and the change can happen pretty rapidly. And sometimes we end up in situations that maybe we don't feel are quite ready for, or maybe we didn't expect it to shape out this way, but it is the path to our happiness. And at times when we're traveling so fast on that chariot, on the wheels of fortune, that sometimes we ourselves are the deterrent. We ourselves are the one trying to reach for the emergency brake to slow down because we're not ready. We didn't expect the change to happen so much, or to feel the pull of change in us come on so strongly. When that Wheel of Fortune starts turning, it is for your benefit. It is for your happiness because you've been asking for it. And if you haven't asked for it, then this isn't your reading. This is for those who have asked. Why can't I just be happy? I just want to be myself. I just want to feel whole and complete within myself. Again, this can be about self-love. Why is this so difficult? I wish my life were easier. I wish my life were happier. I wish I can achieve my goal. I wish I could be who I am inside. I wish I could speak my truth. Those things that are said in those moments of vulnerability aren't falling on deaf ears just because you're alone. The universe listens. I truly believe that that's what happened. The universe listens, and here comes the Wheel of Fortune. The wheels on the chariot, ready to sometimes carry you to where you want to be at breakneck speed. But understand, when you're moving that fast, when change is coming in that quickly to bring you what you want, sometimes it carries you through scenarios that seem like tower moments, that seems like difficulties, that seem like textured and difficult and gritty. Sometimes in pursuit of the life that we want, we have to leave things behind, and maybe we didn't count on that. Maybe we weren't ready. But if what we wanted is what we wanted, the path that we are currently on in pursuit of our own particular happiness is divinely created for us to achieve that path. Knight of Swords, the truth is coming in so quickly. And when I say truth is coming in quickly, this could be information that is coming towards you to confirm that you're on the path, or you might have already gotten that. My inkling is, and what I feel deep down in my soul, is that most of you collective have already received this message. You've already received the message of everything seems to be changing. All these parts are moving. You ever hear about people saying like they're trying to spin different plates or balance different plates or juggle different things? The rate in which you're juggling or balancing plates is so fast that you didn't even realize how fast the change could come in. But you receive either it's coming in quickly, or you collective have already received some sort of verification of the truth. And that verification of the truth that came in to say, hey, yes, what you want is real and valid. We recognize it. And you are on the path to getting what you want, but you need to make a decision to continue moving down that path, regardless of all the bumps and, the unexpected events that may come with it. Are you ready to walk down the path? This is the truth that we're bringing in. Some email, text message, voice note, therapist, doctor, work, colleague, family member, brother, sister, mom, whoever, somebody communicated something to you, or you got some sort of confirmation that, yes, you're on the right path, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be sunshine and roses. That's not how the universe works. In order for us to grow as people, the universe has to sometimes put a little grit on our path so that we can move through that with courage, tenacity, perseverance, because we believe that we deserve the life that we want to create for ourselves. We believe in the life that we want to create for ourselves. And so persevering and being strong and consistent with unwavering determination towards our path is the only way the universe can't give you a date and say, hey, collective, just be ready by September 30th, because that's the day that'll come knocking on the door and be like, here is the beginning of the path to your life. No, it's going to just start putting things into your life and moving things along quite quickly. Okay. So then I literally just said, sometimes the path to the happiness, to your goal, to whatever it is going to incorporate or include things that you weren't expecting. And some of them will seem like tower moments. And for those in the community, we all know that tower moments are these moments of, upheaval, deep transformation. And for those who are unfamiliar with the tower energy is an event or events in our lives that seem like chaos. It seems like, why is everything falling by the wayside or falling apart or becoming chaotic or changing so quickly? And it might seem like it is working against you, but the tower is merely there. The breaking of the tower is merely there to break down what no longer works for you. That is literally in the way of your in the way of your path to your happiness. The best way that I can explain to it is if you're driving along on the highway and there's a huge downed tree and there's a storm or whatever, right? That's something that's in the way. You're like, great, I can't really go forward. But you realize that the storm that's happening around you is a tornado. And the tornado's getting real close to you and you're stressing out. And the tornado actually moves the tree out of the way. It might dent your car a little bit. It might push your car a little bit on the road. But ultimately what it's done is move the tree out of the way. The tornado missed you. It was scary. It was, intense. But at the end of it, on the other side, it was there to move the tree out of the way. I know that's a lot of things, and maybe it wasn't the best series of examples, but I'm trying to communicate that sometimes the things that seem like chaos are actually blessings in disguise. Let's just say that. I could have just said that. I'm sorry I got all long-winded, but that's just the way I am. Okay, so now we have the Two of Cups again. The universe is trying to move you forward. These wheels on the wheel of fortune are the wheels on the chariot. It's moving you forward quickly. You've already gotten some confirmation or you will get confirmation that this high rate of speed, things are changing rather quickly, or you can see things around you kind of changing and you're recognizing, wow, things are kind of moving along at a rate that I didn't think was going to happen. And when the Wheel of Fortune comes in, the wheels of the chariot, basically, I said before, it's often ourselves that will reach or is looking for the emergency brake to pull it to slow down, because we wanted to change, but we didn't anticipate how fast this change could come in. And often when we are on the right path, the closer we get to our happiness, to our goal, to our finish line, to the love that we want, the job that we want, the opportunity that we want, the self-expression and authenticity that we want. As we get closer, it seems like things are getting more and more out of control or chaotic, but it's just the universe has to shift things out of the way in order for you to move in a purposeful way towards your happiness. And sometimes that can feel like a tower, but at the end of it, on the other side of it, the tower has cleared the way, has moved all the crap out of the road so you can move towards a happiness, a Two of Cups happiness. This is someone that sees you eye to eye. This could be very romantic. This could be like soulmate energy, but it also could be deep self-love, deep understanding of who you are on the inside and who you present on the outside. It also could be the camaraderie, the understanding of colleagues, of a collective, of people who are your tribe, your soul tribe. Collective, it feels like whatever your goal is, it has to do with love and connection, whether or not it's love and connection with someone specific in romance, a group of people like a soul tribe, or self-union with self to love self. But again, at the end of the day, it's about connection and love. But the change to get there, it's going to be a wild ride. I just heard there are things that need to change. There are things that need to be absolutely tossed out of your life because it is slowing you down. So let's get a card on the Wheel of Fortune as a clarification of Wheel of Fortune. That is too many. That's like a whole stack. There we go. Well, we have two. So we have Temperance, Two of Wands in reverse. So Temperance is about balance. I said over here, the Two of Cups is someone who sees you eye to eye, a romantic person, and or your inner self and your outer self being in harmony. There is a balance. The Wheel of Fortune is trying to bring balance into your life. The Two of Wands is generally, when it's upright, generally about making a plan. It's about, like I said at the beginning, getting all your ducks in a row, taking thoughts and wants and dreams and ruminations and daydreams, putting them into a plan, and then moving forward. The Two of Wands in this scenario, the way that I'm hearing it through my guides, is the time for planning is over. Like I said at the beginning, the time for planning is over. Two of Wands, this energy of sitting there making a plan, making sure you have all your accoutrements and stuff, it's over. Now it's time for action. The balance is going to be brought in. Again, Wheel of Fortune are the wheels on the chariot. That is how I see it. The time for planning is over. The time for action is now. The universe, I'm hearing, wants to catapult you forward towards whatever it is that you want. And I don't have to clarify what that is, because if this resonates with you, you know what I'm talking about. You already had whatever plan it was, whatever dream it was, whatever love situation it was, whatever version of yourself you want to become, or to align your inner self with your outer self so everything is cohesive and in balance. You would know what I'm talking about. So Knight of Swords. Clarification, we've got another two. So we have Nine of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Knight of Wands. So Nine of Swords in reverse, Nine of Swords upright is stuck in sort of like a mental prison where you're up late at night, constantly circle thinking about the woulda, shoulda, couldas, why you're not happy, why things don't work out that way, why did I say that, why did I act that way, why didn't I say how I really felt. It is kind of the late night up at 1 to 3 in the morning, just stuck in your thoughts. But again, it's in reverse. So this is the end to that thought process. Do you see how over here we have Temperance and this Two of Wands, which talks about action and making a plan and thinking things through, and it's in reverse. And the way I'm hearing it with this Temperance is the time for thinking and planning is over. You've had enough time. You know that you've had enough time to plan. You've been knowing what you want to do. No matter how many times you look at it, you've been knowing what you want to do. Now the universe is saying, I'm going to give you those hot wheels to catapult you forward towards whatever it is that you truly want, that's in line with your own personal brand of happiness. With the Nine of Swords in reverse, again, that's the universe saying, this is the end of staying up late, stressing and overthinking and circle thinking and doubting yourself. It is not that time. Knight of Wands quite literally is a card of immense fiery action. It is go time. It is go time. Now is the time. Again, this may not resonate with everyone, but collective, if it is resonating with you, I'm not telling you how you should feel or how you will feel. I would be confirming to you right now how you've been feeling. And over here, when I said you may have already gotten some clarification or some confirmation that you are on the right path, that something has confirmed your truth, your belief, what you want, either you had it or it's coming quickly, you would resonate with that. Okay, so let's see. Clarification for the Tower. Okay, so Tower, we have the Ace of Swords. Let me move this over. And then we have the Five of Coins in reverse. Again, this is very powerful. It's making me like wave my hands around very emphatically, like I'm speaking with my hands right now. The Tower is moving things out of the way. Things that block you. Things that slow you down. Things that doubt you. People that doubt you. People that try to stop you. Jobs that keep you stuck in a place where there's no room for growth. Ace of Swords is quite literally the 10 toes down, standing on business, knowing the truest truth that ever truth for you in what would make you happy, what is true to your soul, what it is you want out of life, how you want to appear to the world, what love and relationship you want to have for yourself. That is the truest truth. When I look at the Ace of Swords, this Ace of Swords says to me, collective, if societal norms, societal expectations, family norms, family expectations, religious norms, religious expectations, if all of that was thrown out the window and you could move towards what you wanted from life that wasn't hurtful, that was healthy and happy for you, what would that be? The truest truth that ever truth. Who are you inside that you're not showing on the outside? What goal in life have you wanted for yourself? Is it a job opportunity? Is it going back to school? Is it becoming part of an art collective? What truth of romance is it that you have? Is there a certain proclivity, a certain appetite? Is there a certain relationship? Is there a certain way you identify, or whatever orientation that you feel is the most authentic to you? What love do you want to hold in your heart? Who do you want to hold in your heart? Where do you see your happiness? What is the truest truth that ever truth for you? Because Five of Coins in reverse is about coming out of lack mentality, coming out of self-victimization, coming out of the feeling of being isolated and alone and broken and lost. You're coming out of that energy because you want to pursue your truth. This feels like this collective, I'm going to be very straight. This feels like, this looks so messy. I'm so sorry. This collective feels like you might have been dealing with some self-worth issues and some self-doubt for a really long time, but something has newly incentivized you. Maybe there was an occurrence that, kind of confirmed the fact that, hey, things are kind of working out in my favor. Maybe you had a dream. Maybe you're seeing repeating numbers, like 111, 222, 555, 888. Maybe you're hearing your person's name over and over again. Maybe you think you heard their voice someplace, but you were just in a place with someone who had a similar voice. Maybe you keep getting told on commercials and in, the For You pages of your social media about the culinary arts college or becoming a veterinarian, and it's talking to you, showing you images and numbers and repetitions and sounds and names and scents or foods or whatever that holds significance to you, that aligns you to your goal. The universe has been showing you signs, and you've noticed them and are writing them off as coincidence, but they are signs. They are signs in regards to the path that you're on. Let's look at the Two of Cups. Okay, so then we have Nine of Cups. That is emotional fulfillment and success. That's happiness. That's feeling fulfilled. That's feeling comfortable and wanted and appreciated and loved and prosperous and stable and happy. Let's get one more. We've got the Queen of Wands and we have the Three of Cups. Let's just start with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is charismatic. She knows her power. She knows her influence. In my view of this, she is the magician of the major arcana. She's the witch. She's the sorcerer. She's the manifester. She knows she has the power to change her life because whatever doesn't work for her or for this character, she changes it. Sorry. I'm hearing, if you don't like your life, then change it. But again, I feel like the collective is already in the midst of this change. You, collective, are already embodying the Queen of Wands. You already know that you can change how your life goes, how it's shaped, how it's built, because you are the Grand Maestro of your own destiny. And this happiness that I'm talking about, this feeling seen, this success, this emotional fulfillment is something you know you can achieve. And the closing card is the Three of Cups. This is about reunion, reconciliation, reconnection. Now again, this whole reading feels like love and connection, whether it's with self and who you authentically are, whether it's with someone that you love on a soul level that you know you're supposed to be with, or if it's finding your soul tribe, your soul family, the people who just resonate with you. The Three of Cups is confirming that there is going to be a reconnection, a reunion, a reconciliation between you and yourself. You and your soul tribe will get to find each other again in this lifetime, or you will finally be able to reunite, reconnect, and love that one special person, your soulmate, your twin flame, your divine counterpart, whatever you want to call them, the great love. Because that seems to be the ultimate goal in this reading, in general, is love. So that is the reading for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and listening. And honestly, I can't do any of this without you, collective. So I really big shout out to the collective that was here tonight and brought forth this energy, and hopefully the message that I brought forth gave some clarity, gave you confirmation, and helped kind of embolden you to continue forward on whatever it is that is your particular brand of happiness, because the way it looks is the universe is cheerleading you right now. It's saying, go for it. Collective, keep going, keep pushing. You're almost there. The closer you get to fruition, the closer you get to reuniting, the closer you get to reconnection, the more things seem to be getting a little wobbly and, a little chaotic, but keep persevering. Keep persevering. It's always darkest before the dawn. You can do it. I can feel it, and the universe believes it and is supporting you in your decisions, goals, and your path. This is Rabbit and Moon Tarot. My name is Angel, and I will see you at the next reading.